Hi, it's August 18th, 2015. It's just before 7 o'clock, and I wanted to talk to you about what I think is going to be a key issue in this 2015 campaign that I certainly will be watching very closely. And that's this whole idea that somehow New Bedford needs to be gentrified. Somehow gentrification is going to solve New Bedford's issues. Now, New Bedford's issues are the same as any urban area. We have issues relating to neighborhoods, to education, to public safety, economic development. Certainly, we share similar problems to just about every urban area in the United States. But what's happening in New Bedford over the last several months, which I think is not healthy, is that somehow we have begun to articulate the idea that our community is made up of people who may not be contributing to our society, may not be contributing to New Bedford per se. And I think that what this comes down to is the following. New Bedford's strength is its history. New Bedford's strength is its traditions, its culture, its architecture, its placement on the ocean with a protected harbor and with the protected lake known as Buzzards Bay, which is an ocean lake. And those are tremendous things. Those are our strengths. But our number one strength, the virtue of New Bedford, is its people, the diversity of our communities, the idea that our communities come together as one to make up this great city, and the idea that on any level, that somehow people who have either immigrated here within the last 10 years or within the last 10 days, or that people who've come here to seek more effective cost housing by way of assistance or vouchers somehow are leading to a problem in our city is just not the way that we should be looking at this. We should be looking at this as opportunities. Opportunities to bring people together, to identify problems that exist in our urban area as well as everywhere else, and resolve these problems, to empower people at the local level, to empower nonprofits, to try and keep big government out of these type of issues, but working with a group of community leaders to resolve problems. The idea, however, though, that we would set up straw dog type of issues, where we say, well, we are being overwhelmed by people coming from Boston or outside of our area, is just not correct, number one. Number two, if we're being overwhelmed, it's our own fault. Let's work together. We've got a great New Bedford housing authority. We have a great landlords throughout the city. We've got a building inspection department that's very good, a public health department, a fire department, a police department. Let's work together and resolve problems. Let's keep the city in a frame of mind here that we're all in this together, not try and vilify specific groups in our city. If we have people here who are here illegally, doing illegal acts, then certainly the authorities will be involved. And we have a great police force, and they work with every federal and state agency, and we'll get to the bottom of it, and hopefully arrests would be made, and then we'd prosecute. We've got a new great district attorney in District Attorney Quinn, and we move forward, and the justice system makes decisions, and perhaps some people end up being incarcerated, some people are deported, whatever it is. But the idea that we take a broad brush and say New Bedford's problems, and by the way, I don't believe that we have any problem that we can't solve, are related to people coming in who don't fit in our community is just not right. Let's not use that broad brush. If they're individuals, then let's make sure that we resolve those issues. But I have had a real distinct impression over the last several months that we're beginning to talk about New Bedford as if we could just be more like Newport, which means what we would have to do, change the designated port area, begin shrinking the working waterfront. There are ways to enhance our waterfront presence without turning ourselves into a Newport. Let's be more like Portland, Maine. Portland, Maine came to see us several years ago to find out how could they be more authentic like New Bedford. Let's be like Cambridge. Let's be like Newton. We're not Cambridge. We're not Newton. We're New Bedford. We have tremendous people. We've got great attributes. We have tremendous natural resources. And bringing people together to resolve problems and listening and hearing what people say and then using their great ideas to move forward is a way to resolve problems. not by attempting to set up communities in our city as if it's us against them. It's not us against them, we're all us. And we need to all begin thinking in terms of how do we resolve problems? How do we resolve educational problems in every part of the city? Every part of the city having great educational opportunities. How do we make sure we provide public safety in every part of the city? How do we make sure the city is clean and appropriate and presents itself well in every part of the city? How do we make sure that we have neighborhood revitalization throughout the city so everyone has an opportunity to live in neighborhoods that they can be proud of? And then how do we have an opportunity to grow from the standpoint of job base and tax base so that everyone shares the burden, so that we don't continue to raise taxes because we don't have growth? The answer is working hard, doing the hard day-to-day work where you got to roll up your sleeves rather than casting one group or another as our problem. And only if we could resolve that problem would be all set. There are a million details every day to running this city. There are a million details every day to being a citizen or resident of this city. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that we all face these different specific details that have to be accomplished each day, whatever they might be. City government, rather, if you're a student, if you happen to be a senior, a vet, whatever. A million details go into life every day. We need to work together to make it a little bit easier for everybody. But vilifying any specific group or indicating that it's not appropriate and why do we have these people here, that's not the way you build a great city. So I would hope during this campaign season each candidate will get up there and speak their mind and explain exactly how they believe we can bring people together, empower them, and resolve problems in this city. I think that kind of dialogue will be extremely healthy, productive, constructive, and lead to solutions rather than putting people in a situation where they feel that they don't belong or they feel that they are the problem, rather than identifying a problem and working to solve it. So that is something I look forward to hearing.